Hey everybody, ABC 10 meteorologist Brendan Minchef. Spring-like days have been very, very nice. I have to admit, we've had some 70s a couple of times this year, but these days are numbered. It is only a taste of spring, and the pattern is about to flip. I'm looking at more rain and snow returning to Northern California by the time we get to Sunday. So details on the rain and snow in just a couple of minutes. But first, let's talk about this taste of spring we've had. Really, since about February 20th, we've been warmer than average, and it's been honestly really nice. 66 last Thursday, then almost 70 degrees last Friday. We hit 71 on Saturday. First time we've been in the 70s since early November. Then again, some upper 60s downtown. Today, as of this recording it Wednesday evening, made it to 72 degrees. So that is the warmest day so far for 2025. I am expecting some even warmer temperatures, though, on the way. So this 72 degrees that we hit on Wednesday will not necessarily be the warmest day of the year for very much longer, because it's very likely that Thursday we're going to make it into those middle 70s across much of the valley. But we're still in technically winter, right? Even though it feels like spring, we're still in winter. So that means it's chilly in the mornings. We've got some low to mid 40s across the valley on Thursday morning. So you'll likely want that jacket if you're out within the first couple hours of sunrise, if not before, because again, it is starting chilly, but you certainly will not need it by the time we get to Thursday afternoon. Look at this: 76 Marysville, Oroville, and Colusa, 74 Sacramento, Elk Grove, Stockton, Manteca, and Tracy, 76 down in Modesto, 73 Vacaville and Fairfield, 78 Santa Rosa, 79 up in Ukiah, 73 Nevada City and Auburn, 72 Placerville, 73 Jackson and Angels Camp, 72 in Sonora. The warmest day of 2025 so far is on the way for Thursday, with widespread middle 70s in the valley, low to mid 70s in the foothills, almost 60 degrees tomorrow afternoon up in Truckee and South Lake Tahoe. But again, this taste of spring is almost over. It doesn't have much time left at all. Spring-like days are numbered. Friday, still going to be in the 70s, although back in the low 70s. Saturday's a transition day, though. We're going to go back into those mid to upper 60s in the valley. Clouds are going to be building in as Saturday progresses. Then we're going to have some rain chances moving in overnight Saturday into Sunday. Sunday looks to be mainly showery, with not a lot of sunshine, not a lot of breaks in the rain either. Not necessarily heavy rain for Sunday, but definitely showery at the very least. Monday may see a little bit of a pause in the rain. Then we've got some more on the way for Tuesday, Wednesday, and even later on in the work week as well. But also look at the temperature drop. We're going to go from about 75 to about 60 degrees in the span of just 4 days. That's going to be a 15-degree temperature swing. So definitely changes are on the way. We'll look at the weekend a little bit closer. Again, Saturday, if you got evening plans, you might want to think about bringing a rain jacket or maybe even an umbrella, because I would say somewhere around 8 or 9 o'clock is about as early as we might see some of that rain moving into the valley. Now, we're still a couple days away, so timing can change for sure, but generally it's been fairly consistent over the last few days. So again, you got late evening plans on Saturday. Do be aware that we could have some rain in the valley. If you're going to the coast this weekend, we're going to have rain by lunchtime or so in places like Fort Bragg, maybe late afternoon in the Bay Area. So definitely, if you're headed westward towards the coast, rain's going to show up earlier. But for most of us at home, late evening valley rain. Then for Sunday, widespread valley rain, much cooler temperatures as well, upper 50s, low 60s in the valley. We're going to have some Sierra snow. If you're planning on going to the high country on Sunday, be ready for chains, maybe half a foot or more of snow in the Sierra. There's also going to be rain down in Southern California, and the Oscars are this Sunday here on ABC 10. Coverage starts at 3:30. But unlike a couple of years ago when the red carpet was actually champagne-colored carpet and it rained and it got really muddy and just kind of gross, this year, at least, the carpet's red. So showers in the area for the red carpet ceremonies. And then by the time we're in the middle of the award show at 6 o'clock, still some showers. Temperatures upper 50s for the after party. Still likely some showers sticking around, giving it anywhere between about a 40 and 60% chance of rain down in Southern California Sunday afternoon and into the evening hours. So yeah, some showers sticking around for Hollywood's biggest night. Back to the overall weather pattern, right? Zooming back out. The reason that we're seeing these changes, high pressure's been overhead for much of the last week or so. And that'll definitely be the case for Thursday. In fact, it may be sitting even more directly overhead, which is why we are going to have even warmer temperatures. But then that high pressure breaks down, starts to move east as well. that opens up the storm door. We're going to have a couple of systems coming through, especially this Sunday one looks to be pretty cold. It's going to lower the snow levels down perhaps as low as 5,000 feet, which means we're going to have snow at the high passes. We're going to have snow across 80 and 50. We're going to have rain in the valley for Sunday as well. Maybe a pause on Monday and for most of Tuesday as we're kind of in between these two systems. Then the next one comes in Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe even Thursday. And it could be this pattern where we don't exactly have high pressure sitting right overhead. So it's going to leave the door at least cracked open some days next week. So like rain Sunday, then maybe not Monday, then rain moving back in at some point Tuesday and continuing Wednesday. Then we may have this little break Friday, and then another system coming in on Saturday, which could be a particularly wet system for next Saturday. So kind of looking at this long-range futurecast, clouds coming back in tomorrow afternoon, but it is still going to be warm. Most of Saturday is going to be dry. Look, if you're going up to somewhere like Fort Bragg, Eureka, somewhere near Cape Mendocino, some showers by lunchtime, absolutely possible. Showers by the late afternoon possible for places a little further south, places closer to the Bay Area. Then by the time we get to about 9 o'clock or so on Saturday night, now we're looking at some showers across the valley. Snow doesn't really pick up until we get to Sunday morning, and this is now Sunday afternoon, and you see just widespread showers across the region. Snow, again, snow levels down about 5,000 feet or so. Snow across the high country. That continues Sunday. Lingering showers Monday. Although, again, it may not really be all that wet in the valley on Monday based on what I'm seeing. Some showers possible, but not like not like what we're going to see on Sunday. However, snow will continue through Monday in the high country. Then this break on Tuesday as we go between systems, and then it comes back again once we get to like Tuesday night into Wednesday. So this is what I'm saying. With this break between storms, we may have 1 or 2 wet days, then 1 or 2 drier days, then 1 or 2 wet days once again next week. It's just wholesale pattern changes from where we've been to end February. Still a little early to talk about rainfall totals, but I'm going to show them anyway. The data is fairly consistent. I would say anywhere in the valley, looking at about 1/4 of an inch of rain to 1/2 an inch of rain on the higher end. This is the American model, the GFS. You see the European model, it kind of has some showers lingering longer, or starting earlier and kind of lingering longer through Sunday. So it's a little bit higher, but still the high end is right around 1/2 an inch in the valley. So I would say this is a realistic solution. Not a real wet storm. It's not necessarily connected to an atmospheric river, but it is certainly, like I said, a pattern change. 1/4 of an inch, 1/2 an inch of rain through the weekend in the valley. In terms of snowfall, again, snow doesn't really get going Saturday night. It's going to be more like Sunday morning that we start to see that snow falling. The American model showing about 1/2 a foot of snow on Interstate 80, closer to 9 inches or so across 50. Bear Valley could end up with a foot of snow through the weekend. And then the European model, very similar in terms of rainfall totals, how it was a little higher. We're seeing the same thing here with snow totals. It's a little bit higher, closer to 10 inches across Interstate 80 and US 50 and Highway 4. So definitely going to be enough of a snowmaker that it is going to cause some travel issues by the time we get to Sunday. It shouldn't necessarily be a surprise, however, that this pattern's flipping back to cooler and wetter. The average rainfall in March is 2.8 inches in Sacramento, making it our 4th wettest month of the year. But definitely, we do start to see a change from winter to spring in the month of March. We go from mid-60s on March 1st for the average highs to low 70s by the end of the month for average high temperatures. Also, our mornings change from mid-40s on average to upper 40s by the time we get to the end of March. So definitely, again, this change from winter to spring begins to happen during the month of March. And I put a picture of the baseball field there because, of course, baseball season gets into full swing next month as well. So over the next 3 days, temperatures are now dropping, right? Thursday's the peak of the heat. We're going to be in those mid-70s, then low 70s once again on Friday, back in those mid-60s on Saturday, increase in cloud cover through Saturday as well. Then the rain starts to move in late Saturday night into Sunday, likely pretty wet on Sunday with not a lot of breaks in the rain nor breaks in the snow either. Monday could be a little bit of a break in the wet pattern, but only for one day because likely by at least Tuesday night we start to see the next system come in. Wednesday looks like it could be wet as well. And then as we look into the very extended part of the forecast, really from Thursday onwards, it's not in great agreement in terms of timing, but certainly it does look like we're going to continue to see this kind of parade of storms moving through Northern California with the first, the second weekend in March looking like it actually could be pretty wet, but that's still 10 days away. We're not going to focus on that. What we are focusing on is the warm temperatures and then the pretty significant pattern change that arrives this weekend. Lastly, if you're watching this on YouTube, I recommend you get the ABC 10 Plus app. You can get it on like Apple TV, Roku, Fire TV, most smart TVs. We've got a weather playlist there with extended forecasts like this one. We've got weather and science explainers up there as well, along with long-form weather and climate and water and fire specials. That is all on the ABC 10 Plus app under the weather playlist. Thanks for watching.